So in Islamic law of inheritance, inheritance just doesn't come like this, just by discretion of the owner of the asset. Rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it explicit that there are designated persons based on some designated relationship that are regarded as legal heirs. The causes of inheritance in Islamic law of inheritance are three. The first one is marriage affinity, that is the wife and husband, the spouse, one another they can be inherited. We have blood relationship, which include the origin of a person, that is the root, the parents of the parents and their parents, no matter how low. So also we have the branches, which are considered as the offspring, the children, and the children of the children. They are also part of the inheritance. And as well, we have the nearby relatives who are regarded as brothers, cousins, uncles. All these are nearby relatives, and the cause is affinity, is the blood and consanguinity relationship. The next is the clientage, where any person who is deemed to be a slave and being freed by one person, if he has no any other heir, his master is entitled to whatever he left as inheritance. Next slide, please. These are the causes of inheritance, and whatever deceased left is attributed to some certain rights in Islam. One of there are notably 4 rights. First is the funeral expenses. If it requires that there is need for some expenses for the funeral of arrangements of the deceased, it is allowed Islamically to be used, and that one must be restricted to Islamic funeral rites, not any traditional, talk less of extravagant spendings in the name of funeral expenses. So also settlement of debts. The debts could be by the creator of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or those by the creators who are the normal human being. فَدَيْنُ أَوْلَى بِالْقَضَاء, as it comes in one hadith. You have to settle the rights like zakat, like nutur and others before you talk of the debts of others. And wherever it suffers adoption, that means it is stopped, will not move to the next. The next is the execution of will, which has been discussed by the previous speakers, which must be restricted to 1/3 and must be within the Sharia compliant areas. And as well, the last but not the least is to be shared in inheritance. This arrangement could be given. That means somebody can write his will stating all these arrangements and how it will be used, and entrusting a corporate trustee to take care of it to avoid any dispute. Next slide, please. Therefore, the concept of tarika, which is the estate of a deceased person in Islamic law, refers to everything that a deceased person leaves behind and that is legally attributable to him at the time of his death. And as well, whether visible or hidden, tangible or intangible, they are all part of it, whether documented or undocumented. This means tarika is not limited to physical property or bank branches, balances, but extends to all forms of wealth, benefits, and enforceable rights. And we can look at it, next slides, we can look at it from about 2 different divisions. We have tangible assets, which includes landed assets, cash valuables, movable property, merchandise, and inventories. The second category is the intangible assets, which includes debt owed to the deceased, investment interest and profit shares, digital assets and account balances, cooperative contributions and entitlements, as well as the intellectual and contractual rights. All these are part of the tarika, and they can be inherited according to the Islamic law of inheritance.